Hello everyone, I'm so proud of you. You made it to the final step of Power Skills Level 1 where we talk about self-mastery. You did explore some deep philosophical ideas about the self and self-mastery. You also explored self-mastery and sleep, self-mastery and dopamine and motivation, self-mastery and environment. And at this point, I would like you to hit the pause button and do a short reflection. What are your main learnings from this module so far? What are things that you discovered about yourself? What are some things that were difficult or not so easy to do in the module? So please hit the pause button and do the reflection. What are your learnings? What did you learn about yourself? What was challenging? Okay, so now that we are back in this final lesson, we want to take everything that we've learned and practice, and I hope that you have done at least half of the challenges for this module. Now we want to take everything that we've learned and practice and make it a life strategy, something that we are going to do every day so that we see exponential results in our life and career. So this lesson is all about making a blueprint or a map of how you can use everything that we've discussed so far. Choose one cornerstone habit, stack some more habits around it, and make sure that this becomes your new reality. So this lesson is about taking everything that we've learned and explored and really inserting it into your everyday life by making it a habit. I'm not going to spend too much time on discussing what are habits, but I just want to share what are the most important elements of the habit, and probably the most important one is the anatomy or structure of a habit. Each habit has three main components. The first one is cue. This is the trigger. So the trigger is something that triggers this habit, that reminds you that you need to do this action. And trigger, it's very contextual. One way that I remember to take my vitamins is because I have put them right next to the coffee machine in my kitchen. So the trigger to take my vitamins is seeing the coffee machine. I drink coffee every morning, but before I drink coffee, I take my vitamins. So triggers are very much related to the environment and the context of our life. Each habit has this first element, trigger. Then we have the routine or the behavior, in my case, drinking the vitamins. And finally, we have the reward. Now, the reward can be something that we experience, like a dopamine spike, another feel-good hormone spike. It could be also something that it's intellectual. The reward that I get from drinking my vitamins is just intellectually or internally feeling good about myself. So usually the reward is something that we feel or something that we get as an immediate benefit of the habit. Now, for some habits, when there is no immediate reward, what we need to do is we need to design in our mind an immediate reward. And with the example of my vitamins, my immediate reward is feeling good about myself and feeling proud about doing the right things for my life. Let's explore the trigger, routine behavior, and reward in another context. And this is writing a book. My personal trigger for writing a book is sitting at my desk. Exactly. And what triggers me is my anchor. This object, personally, to me, reminds me of writing my book. Now, there is a whole story behind it, and I won't bore you with it, but my trigger to start writing a book is seeing this object. Then I start writing the book, and my goal is to write one paragraph. Exactly. My goal is always to write one paragraph. Every now and then, when I write more than one paragraph, I eat something sweet. Usually in my life and in my diet, I do not eat sugar. And by the way, when I say that I eat something sweet, it's usually with sweetener, not with sugar. And the only time when I indulge myself and eat sweet is after writing more than one paragraph for my book. So I have designed an award. I don't give that award always, because if I gave my award always, I would get used to it. It won't be novel, it won't be a surprise, and it will stop being an award. So every now and then I skip the award. I think by now you understand the anatomy or structure of a habit. You need to decide or design what is the cue for your habit. Then you need to have a simple and small enough routine, like writing just one paragraph or taking 2 sets of vitamins, which is super easy to do. And then you can think of a reward. So, what I want you to do now is I want you to explore in your workbook the roadmap to making everything that we've discussed in the self mastery level 1 of power skills into something that sticks in your life. And before I leave you with your challenge and with your roadmap and with designing how you're going to continue with all of this in your life, I want to share one final thing, and that's habit stacking. For me, it was super hard to develop the habit to work out every morning. Once I developed that habit, though, something amazing happened. When this habit became a sustained, ingrained habit, and it was for me easier to do it than not to do it, I started stacking small habits next to it. So, right after my workout routine, I do creative visualization. So now we have habit stacking. I have already developed the cue and the reward, and now I'm adding something else, like something small next to it. Drinking my vitamins, something that I did stacking to drinking my vitamins is putting a small notebook like this small and a pen next to my vitamins. So after I take my vitamins, I write one thing that I'm grateful for and that already happened, one thing that has not happened, but I write it as if it has happened and I'm grateful for, and one intention of the most important priority of the day. So once you have developed a habit, you can stack other little actions next to it, and this works miracle. So right now, I am inviting you to do your final challenge in your workbook in designing the roadmap of how you are going to apply what we've discussed in this level 1 of power skills self-mastery in your life. Remember, we have discussed many things, and I want you to choose one, yes, just one cornerstone habit. And once you've mastered it, you can start stacking other habits. It was a pleasure having you in this level, and I cannot wait to see you in the next level when we will talk about thinking as a skill.